So here we're looking at the case of negative or zero profits, showing how we can illustrate that in a figure for the case of a price-taking firm. And it's following up on what we've done in the previous graphs in this chapter. So remember, but we had a case where we had a price-taking firm that faced a price of 12, had cost function was given by a fixed cost of 10, and then variable cost of Q square. We were able to depict that in a graph where we had, as usual, quantity on the horizontal axis, price and marginal cost. On the vertical, we had a marginal cost. That was marginal cost curve given by 2Q, like that. So marginal cost, 2Q, so increasing marginal costs. And then we had a price of, we said 12 here. So say something like that. And so price of 12, and then we said that the profit maximizing quantity was equal to 6 in that case. We could further graph the average total cost curve as something like this. Okay, so that's C of Q over Q. And we could say, well, if there's positive profits evaluated at this quantity, we would have profits. Okay. So that was a case where profits were positive. Now, suppose, as we look at later, suppose that there's entry into this market, pushing down prices, or it could be something else. Could be falling demand because of falling incomes, if it's a normal good, or lower prices of competing products, so or prices of a substitute product, etc. So something is forcing down the price on this market. So this 12 is no longer relevant, and the price is falling. How long can price, in principle, keep on falling while the firm, with the firm still staying in business? Well, we note that as long as profits are non-negative, it's valuable to stay in the business. The firm is making more money that way than in alternative situations. So how can we depict that? Well, we can think of, keep having prices in black, at successively lower prices. So think of a price level that's here, for instance. What would be, say, 8? What would be the optimal profit maximizing quantity? Well, it's again where marginal cost equals marginal revenue, or price equals marginal cost, rather. In this particular case, profits would be given by reading off this quantity from the average total cost curve times here. So it would have a smaller rectangle that depicted profits. Could price fall even further, and we still have a profit? Yes, it can. And yes, we're down to this point where there's zero profit. So let's take away the other cases here and see, this is a case where we have zero profit. Okay. So quantity is given by, as usual, the intersection between price and marginal cost. So as long as marginal cost is below price, the firm is gains from expanding production, and vice versa. If marginal cost is above price, gains from shrinking back. So that's for how much to produce. Is the firm making a profit? Well, by looking at the profit, we're looking at the difference between price and average total cost evaluated at the profit maximizing quantity. And we see here that they're tangent, or should be, they're approximately tangent at this point, close enough for that I can draw it. Meaning that there is zero profit at this point. So the firm is not making any losses, but it's not making any profit either. Okay, so zero profit, and that's what we expect to prevail in the long run if there's free entry. Okay, we could also look at the case where there's a loss. Okay, so assume that instead, as we said, that C of Q now instead is 45 plus Q squared, say. So the marginal cost curve is unchanged. Marginal cost is still 2Q, but the fixed cost has gone up. So what does that imply? Well, that implies that we have an upward shift in the average total cost curve, like this. So average total costs are still given by C of Q over Q. As usual, the marginal cost curve cuts through the average total cost curve at its lowest point. So, so if we want to see if the firm is making a profit or a loss at this point, we'd say, well, what's the optimal quantity? Well, it could be zero, could be that you're not producing at all. But if you're producing, the optimal quantity will always be given for a price-taking firm of the point where price meets the marginal cost. So it will be given that by this point. But what are now average total costs at this quantity? Well, they're not given by the green average total cost curve. They're instead given by this higher average total cost curve. So evaluated at this quantity, the costs are this quantity times the average total cost. So the cost will be this whole rectangle, whereas revenue is just price times this quantity. So this dashed area will be the loss. Okay,